Megan O'Leary here with Frank Mears facing Roy Nelson this Saturday at UFC 130. Frank, let's get right into this. A lot of people are saying this is a fight you can't lose because Roy Nelson is so underrated. What's your thoughts on that?
I do see the merit behind that. I think that I definitely have more to lose than to gain in this fight. But I don't think that's really going to adjust my approach to Saturday. I'm out there to win. I don't look at what's at stake. I try not to read any farther ahead than the first move of the match. I don't really think about outcomes. I think that's why I come off so relaxed. I think I don't sit there and, winning and losing, that's really not in my control. There's too many factors that can go into it. Injuries, I can slip, I can fall. He can have a phenomenal night, I can have a bad night. It's too many things. But what I can control is doing everything I want to do, using my jab properly, looking for takedowns at the appropriate time, avoiding any of the right hands and left hooks that he has. That's in my control.
Like you just said, it's all about preparation, and Roy's really hard to knock out or submit. Do you expect to go 110% all the way up to that bell in the 15-minute mark?
No, actually, because of my improvements in wrestling, I plan on using a lot of position at times. I feel that when I'll choose when we're fighting and when we're not fighting, meaning that when we're out in the open, I'm way faster. And so I feel that I'll tag him and use superior pretty kickboxing, as he put it, to win those interactions. And then when we clinch up and work with each other and we're on the ground, even when I'm not getting a submission, you can't sprint a mile. You have to fight in your groove. I just make sure that whenever I choose to take a breath or a rest, he'll be up against the cage or he'll be on the ground with me on top.
Let's talk about your training for this fight. Most of your training is done in very private gyms. Does that help you focus and really get ready for this fight without any distractions?
It does, just because, videotape of practice has bit me before. I've had issues where I've done things to people. I'm like, wait a minute, I have certain moves that the first time I roll with anybody in the world, you'll tap to it if you don't know about it. Once you see it, it's like, oh, okay, well, I know I can't do that anymore. So you get that familiarity with me. And so I don't ever want certain things to be released. And so if someone's in the my practice area and you're doing this with your phone, I'm wondering who's videotaping, then I have to have more of a dickish attitude where I'm like, turn the phone off. I'm just texting. Well, then you leave the room when you text. I don't want to have those conversations with people, because they don't realize that this is my profession, this is my job. If you were writing out a new paper, a proposal to your boss, you wouldn't want your competition sitting over your shoulder looking at it, would you? You might be a little bit of a dick too. And so to avoid any of those confrontations, I always want to be cordial to the fans. I control it. It's my gym at Suffer at the training facility. And so, when I know I have an open workout, I let people in. I know what I'm getting into. But then when I close the doors, I expect it to be mine.
Makes sense. Now, if you beat Roy on Saturday, do you expect to get right back in line for that title shot?
I think so. I think that'll be right behind, the winner of the Dos Santos and Cain Velasquez fight. I think, there's a lot of other heavyweights out there that, could possibly pose as long as it's a step up. Brendan Schaub has been doing very, very well. Possibly a fight with him in the future, I don't think me and Matrion would make a very, we're both southpaws, so that might be kind of ugly to fight. But, he's definitely up there. I think he's doing very well. And I think, in 2 more fights, he's going to be up there also. Stefan Struve, hopefully I'll be retiring before he hits full stream. The guy's a monster walking around here. So, there's a lot of heavyweights out there. Travis Brown, his opponent. Excuse me. Congo's still in there. So there's a lot of guys out there that are still very good fights potential. I just want to fight somebody whoever, will help elevate me towards that, future title bouts.
All right, and finally, you have 2 heavyweights headlining the fight in Vancouver, in Carwin and Dos Santos. What's your take on that fight?
I am sliding towards Carwin. Reason being, I think he's a much more well-rounded mixed martial artist. I think his wrestling base, his ground fighting, his heavy hands. I think maybe Dos Santos is a more versatile boxer as far as head movement and hand speed. But, I think Carwin has a good chin, and the only difference is that he has a lot of speed, and I can't see really a legitimate argument. Even Roy landed his right hand on Dos Santos, so he can be hit. If he gets hit by Cain, Shane Carwin, now it's like, okay, you tagged him 6 times, but his one punch might wobble you more. And if you get wobbled, you're not really going to grab this guy and throw him on his back. I really am leaning towards Carwin.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
For more UFC 130 information, make sure to watch Fight Day.